Hi everyone and welcome. In the previous video we have covered that how we can use this XCON 5 and 4 3D gateway to integrate with CAP server and how to integrate this gateway with Node-RED. Okay, and this gateway is brought to you by the XEXAGON company. They are the producer of this gateway, and this gateway is basically Modbus Serial to Modbus TCP converter gateway. Okay, so in the previous videos we have converted Modbus Serial data into Modbus TCP data using this gateway, and we were integrating this gateway with a Node-RED and CAP server. Now in this video what we want to do is we want to integrate this gateway, or we can say we want to communicate this gateway with Ignition SCADA. Okay, so this is our connection diagram. Okay, so this Modbus Serial transmitter is connected with this gateway XCON 5 and 4 3D, and this LAN cable is connected with my laptop, and we will program or we will configure our Ignition SCADA to read the data from this XCON 5 and 4 3D gateway. And this gateway is providing data over the Modbus TCP protocol. So if you want to validate the data, then we can validate the data using this ModScan32 software. So if I go to connection and if I go to connect, and if I provide the IP address of this gateway, which is 192.168.1.200 and the port number 4196, and if I press OK, then you can see here the first input register 30,002 is associated with the temperature. Okay, so the temperature, this device is providing temperature to this gateway, and this gateway is providing temperature over the LAN cable to my laptop. Okay, so this 32.9 is temperature. So here we are getting the raw values 329. Okay, and the actual temperature value is 32.9, and this one is the 30,003 is the percentage relative humidity, which is 59.7 or 59.8. Now we want to read this data in the Ignition SCADA, and we want to create our graphics to display those values. Okay, so this is our flow and this is our connection. Now we will open our Ignition SCADA gateway homepage to configure this device. Okay, so we will go to config section here, and we will scroll down and we will go to device connection because we want to add this device. Okay, this device will act as a Modbus TCP device for us. Okay, so we have to go to device connection in the Ignition SCADA, and then we have to click on create new device. Okay, and we need to scroll down and we have to select Modbus TCP. Okay, because we want to connect with this Modbus TCP device. This gateway is now acting as a Modbus TCP device, which is reading data from Modbus Serial device and converting Modbus Serial data into Modbus TCP data. So that is why in the Ignition SCADA we have to select Modbus TCP. Okay, now we have selected Modbus TCP because we want to communicate with Modbus TCP device. So now we will scroll down and we will click on next here. After that we will provide the name and the description. So the name of my device is SHT20 and this is my TCP device. Okay, now the host name. So IP address of this device is 192.168.1.200 as we have connected in the ModScan previously. You can see here 192.168.1.200, and this is the port number. Okay, so I am going to use this port as well. So here is the port number 4196, and we have to click on create new device. So you can see status is disconnected now, and now you can see status is updated and it is connected with this gateway. So if I remove the LAN cable from this device, you will see status as disconnected. If I plug it again, you will see status is connected. It will try to connect. Okay, once it got connected, you will see the status as connected here. Okay, you can see status is connected. Now we have to specify from which register we want to read the data. As we already know that we were reading the data from input register 30,002 and 30,003. So we have to click on more here. We have to go to addresses here, and here we have to add one row, and the prefix will be your choice. Okay, so for me the prefix will be TH for my temperature and humidity data. Starting is 1, ending is 2, the slave ID is 1. You can see here if I connect with this, you can see slave ID is 1. Okay, and the length is 2 and the starting address is 2. So I have to specify my starting address 2 here. I am going to read the data from input register, slave ID is 1, and I want to read two data, so first and second, and I have saved it. Now we can go to OPC quick client to verify or validate the data. So if I expand the Ignition OPC US server, devices, TCP device, unit ID 1, and this is my temperature, humidity 1 and 2. And if I subscribe to those data, you can see value of my temperature is 32.6 and value of my humidity is uncertain value, but you can see it got updated. 54.0 or 54.1 is my percentage relative humidity. Okay, now we want this data in our Ignition Designer and we want to create our graphics in the Ignition Designer. So we will open our Ignition Designer here. Okay, this is my Ignition Designer. I have already added 2 graphics here. Now we have to add tags here. Okay, so to add the tags, we have to browse our devices. We have to expand the OPC US server of Ignition. Okay, and here is my temperature tag and here is my humidity tag. Okay, so I am going to add it. Okay, we have to wait for a few seconds. After that, your tag will appear in the tag browser. Okay, so this is my temperature row value and this is my humidity row value. So I'm going to rename this temperature row. Okay, and this is my HUMIDI humidity row value. Now we have to use actual temperature and humidity value in the graphics. So what we will do is we will create one expression tag here. Okay, and we will divide this value by 10 and then we will use those tag in the graphics. So this is my temperature TEMPER8 temperature tag. Okay, now this is my floating point tag. Okay, now we have to write expression here. So we have to select our tag. So all provider, default, temperature row. Okay, and then we will divide it by 10.0 and then we will apply and we will click on OK. So you can see my temperature is 22.3. So I'm now going to use this expression tag in the thermometer. So I am getting the actual values. Okay, now we will create same for humidity. So we will go to plus icon. We will create new standard expression tag. We will rename it as humidity. We will select float type. In the expression, we will select our tag. So all provider, default, humidity row value. Okay, and we will divide it by 10.0. We will click on apply. Okay, and here is our humidity value. Okay, percentage relative humidity. So we will drag and drop here. Now you can see the value is updating fine. Okay, now we will save this project. We will go to tools. We will click on launch project and we will launch it in a window session. Okay, we have to provide the ID and password here. Okay, you can see on the screen that our display is up and running, or you can say our SCADA is up and running. Now if I disconnect this power supply of those devices, you can see the red boxes. Okay, so it means the device is not connected. And if you go to device connection, here you will see devices connecting or it is disconnected, because I have just removed the power supply of these two devices. You can see the LED is not blinking or it is not running. Okay, so it means the device is offline. Now if I connect it again, okay, I have connected it again. You can see the power LED is on. Now we have to wait for a few minutes to get this connection back, and then after you will see those values properly. Okay, also you can monitor those things here. So right now it is still in the connecting stage. It is disconnected. Okay, and now it is connected. So once it is connected, you will get your value on your screen. Okay, so this is how you can integrate this XCON 5 and 4 3D Modbus Serial to TCP converter gateway with Ignition SCADA. Okay, and if you have this kind of multiple devices, or you can say multiple slave devices or multiple serial devices, then you can also connect multiple serial devices with this gateway, and you can also provide data of multiple devices using single cable to your SCADA or your any other software. So our agenda of this video that we want to convert Modbus serial data into Modbus TCP data, and then we want to read those data in the Ignition SCADA, or we can say we want to integrate this gateway XCON 514D with Ignition SCADA. That is done. Okay, we have integrated it and we are able to see live data on our Ignition SCADA screen. Okay, so this is how you can use this XCON 514D gateway to convert your Modbus serial data into Modbus TCP data. Now, if you have any concern or any question regarding this, how to do that, or if you have any question, you can ping me on the WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, anywhere. And if you want to buy this gateway, then you can visit the XEXAGON website. I will provide the company detail in the description of this video. I will provide the website link. You can visit their website. I will provide the salesperson number. You can call them to buy this kind of gateway in the bulk or single unit. Okay, so I hope everything is clear, and if you have any question or any doubt, then you know where to ask. So we will meet you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you.